21st of April 2026. You try to fix your road bike. No fixie. You have like seven tire tubes. Hey, that was funny. You had a joke. It was like, there's a conspiracy to ruin my tubes. Because like when the tube gets punctured near the stem, it doesn't fix very well with a patch. So it's like Obama or Trump, right? I think that was the joke. And then you tried to fix this other one, and you had to pull off the old patch. And I don't think you could have double checked that before you left. But I think there was two holes near each other. That one could be fixable eventually, maybe. Some of those tubes have like 7 or 8 patches on them, and they're getting kind of nasty. And when they get near the valve stem, you can't really fix that. So I'm stuck with this shithole mountain bike. Do you think it's like under pressured, or why is it so hard to pedal? It's you have no leg leverage because your legs are really close to the ground, and it's higher. And you're stuck in like what? You have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1. Probably 1, 4 is the highest you can. So you're stuck in a low gear at least. Blah, 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 blah. You're gonna do blah jokes? I don't know, blah jokes. Even in the Soviet Union, it wasn't really communist. It was blah, 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 blah. Oh, nice. Very nice. Blah, 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 blah. Man. Where'd you hear that word? I don't know. Where'd I hear blah at? I don't know. That's a good question. Fuck. Isn't everything secretly blah, 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 blah? I don't know. I thought it was corruption. It's not corruption. It's actually connections. It's not corruption. They're different words. I thought it was the one where you had to hand like a 20. If you want an administrative paper, you have to hand an extra 20 to the... I thought it was that. But it's supposed to just be connections, I think. Welcome to the Soviet Union. We got blah, blah, blah. You're doing like welcome to the jungle? What? I don't know. Did you look at the... What the fuck? You've been obsessed with shit lately. And you haven't even read the news today? I don't even know what the fuck's in the news, so I don't know where the fuck you're getting all this obsessive shit from. Blah, 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 blah. Very funny. Blah, 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 blah. Did you spent like you were trying to figure out? So now you got Britain defeated. You got a bunch of extra factories you can use. I mean, what do you? I'm bored. I'm just bored. Recon, medium recons. You accidentally moved your junkers. You had the old junkers from the pre-dawn. Now you don't have those anymore. Hmm. That's what you do. I'm gonna go to the gym first. Let's see if this holds. Blah 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 blah. Oh, your joke was you were gonna do a joke. You were thinking of doing a 2-minute one. It was oh, it's gonna all be feudalism. That's the thing. It's all gonna turn into feudalism, and it's gonna be like teams, not teams. Well, you know, like a baseball team has so many slots, and everyone's gonna be constantly trying to like just keep the, you know, I gotta stay the pitcher, you know. You're just angry. You're a nobody. Yeah, you are. You're just a little jaded little fuck, aren't you? So it's gonna be like a feudalistic system with slots. Everyone will be constantly working to keep their slot. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be contracts. It's gonna be. Well, it's gonna be. If it is contracts, it'll be like a contract for a year or something, or half a year, and then it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be standards. It's gonna be constant state of The goal is to keep people in a constant state of competition, right? The people who are given too much attention, free time and attention, they shall have to use their attention to, you know. Yeah, you're just agitated that you have to spend time doing stuff you don't want to do in that system. So you're just purposely being rebellious and unharmonious. Unharmonious? I like it. Nice. Hey, I mean, that one guy did say the American dream was dead. I mean, that's the ideal system was everybody was like trying to like improve. It was like a double improvement system, you know, where there's two forms of improvement at the same time. You know, like it's an everybody. No, that's zero sum now. That's what he meant by the American dream is dead. It's zero sum now, and there's no win-win. Every win has a loss. Every loss has a win. All the land got gobbled. There is no frontier. So it's like a feudalism state now. I guess, I don't know. Everybody's watching each other more than they're watching their products. No one's really good at anything, they're just good at watching other people. Or maybe you're just not like good at anything and you're like pissed because like it takes all my energy just to keep up with the products and stuff. I can't keep up with the people and the products. That's true. You should have invested in that because that's a skill, but it's like you're not good enough at that skill either. I think you went one past. Any other genius ideas? Which way is it? Is it right or left? It might be the other way. No, it's this way. Huh. Uh-huh. Hmm. 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 Is that the end of this? That's the end for now. What? Yeah, so, huh? 45s, two sets of 20, and one set of 10 on 35. Well, whatever. Fuck you. 35s, I could not get 20. I thought by lowering the weight I could get to 20. Uh, okay, whatever. A little bit of arm discomfort. Small amount. Like very little. Like a little worry. Like I heard one pop. But no pain. Uh, anything else? Oh, where are you going? Hey, where are you going, buddy? You gonna bike this? What are you gonna do? I don't know. Anything else? Any more ideas? Oh, you had a unique idea. It was the, it's not that good. You were looking at YouTube videos, and it was like did you even see, it was a bunch of like, there's that one guy, he's like, how to annoy narcissists. There was this other guy. Somehow you got into the mythical YouTube, something about soul catching. There's soul catchers. I think they're talking about the chronosphere or something, or the, whatever that thing that protects the earth from like magnets and stuff, the magnetosphere. That's a soul catcher, according to a picture. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking watch that, but something. And there's a conspiracy theory about Jews are time travelers. I'm getting sent into the weird YouTube sphere now. That's cool. I didn't know I believed in that, but YouTube thinks I believe Jews are time travelers, and that some sort of thing is capturing souls. You're talking about the magnetosphere, the thing that protects against like solar radiation. That's what the picture looked like. I don't know if that's what it was, but it could be. And then you're looking at yourself in the mirror because while you're doing your little things, and you need to shave your head. You need like really ripped. You need to get like a really, really, really fucking ripped. I told you this, man. Or you could do like a picture of your head, and then you could paste on some ridiculous, body that is in yours. And then you're gonna be like, oh, I'm here to explain. I've never met a male I don't want to eunuch. So the whole premise is I'm gonna be the manosphere, and I'm gonna be like, your goal should be to cut off all the dicks of the males around you. I've never met a male I didn't want to cut their dick off. If they still have a dick, they can fuck the lady. You have your harem, you don't want to fuck in your harem, you know what I mean? So you got to cut their dicks off. A lot of people in the manosphere won't say this. I'll say it. You got to cut the dicks off of all the guys around you. There's this like 60-year-old white-haired guy. He's supposed to be like a psychiatrist. And he's always like the narcissist, because I think narcissism is just was just the insane desires of humanity. I think narcissists are honest about how the irrational is not rational. But whatever, they get a negative rap. I think it's being forced down from the top. I think the top, because here's the secret they don't want you to know. There's only so many atoms on Earth, and it's a zero-sum game. There's a guy in there. There's a homeless guy in one of those sheds. I'm pretty sure. There's a homeless guy in one of these sheds over here, screaming. Okay. I'm not gonna fucking mess with it, but whatever. Okay, so next. There's only so many atoms in the universe, okay? And they're going to tell you that this is not zero sum, and that people who have zero sum views of the world are bad people. They're lying to you, because the people at the top 100% see the world as zero sum. I give you my word. That's how they see things. Does this tie back to your earlier thesis about how it's going to turn into feudalism in teams, and like you better fight hard for your spot? I mean, maybe, I don't know. It all ties together somehow, right? Did you jerk off yesterday? I think you jerked off to Ali's Sin. Are you really gonna do this? Yeah, I was just trying to think. I was thinking of like, could I go to the gym 3 days a week, 3 times a day, and just like 10 or 20 minutes, and then get like really ripped? And then I was thinking, maybe I could try going high testosterone, like no jerk off, high testosterone. Ali Sin had a website before she was a porn star. Yeah, she had this like white trash kind of like she didn't want to be there vibe. It's kind of hot. Well, that was kind of weird. That was kind of tangential. Did you jerk off to Ali Sin? I don't remember now. Fuck. Did you climax? I don't know, man. What do you think about this? You need to stop. Yeah, you gotta stop that, man. You gotta go. No nut 2026. Hey, still green paint on the crystals. Yeah, you'd have to go like 3, because I can't do an hour of lifting. I could do like 3 times a day for 20 minutes. Maybe that would work. And then like go high protein, because you ate nothing but fucking sugar yesterday. You ate 12 whole fucking donuts. You drank like 3/4 of a Meliel. You had a pizza. You had a whole pizza. Well, 3/4. You have a slice left. No, you have 0 pizza left. Yeah, you have no pizza left. You ate a whole pizza. And you need to get like ripped. Yeah, all that sugar is bad for you, man. You gotta cut that sugar out. You want to eat like eggs, like nothing but egg yolks, whole eggs? You want to do like whole eggs and like beans and rice? You want to go to like a really simple diet of like beans and rice? What is that? Orange juice. Want to ride this? Hey, do you want to hook your battery up? You need to hook your battery up eventually. I don't think you have battery on this phone. It's in the light green. It's in the medium green. Whatever. Hook it up. What do you got on this thing? 58. Well, whatever. It's good enough for this shit. What the fuck? What's connecting here? Your boot got connected to your pedal. Interesting. Oh, so yeah, you need to definitely, you should always be like, how can I cut off the dicks of all the males around me? Because they're your competition, and they're trying to get into your harem. Remember, the entire world is yours, and, it's a zero-sum game, and, cut their dicks off, or give them, the liberals did it this way. They would do the old trickaroo called the, they go to the schools, they'd be like, you're a lady, and they get all the guys to like take pills and estrogen. And now the Republicans are in charge, and they'll just put weights on you and stuff to turn you into a lady. They sexually identify you as, to be fair, the Democrats kind of did that too. They were, hey kids, did you know it's cool to cut your dicks off? And then the Republicans come in and they're like, oh, are you kind of good at something? Well, here's the thing, like, I need to put as many little weights on you as possible so that you're not good at anything. It's called the King David system. It's called the, it's a push things to the median. There's going to be an extreme amount of just mediocrity that's going to arise. To be fair, though, the amount of PR under the left was like, it made you kind of cynical about like, hey, it's cool to blank. But that's, hey, it's cool to insert some sort of mischievous, diabolical secret scheme. To be fair, you should probably keep that same mentality. It's cool to wax. It's cool to sugar your vagina. Yeah, because they got a vagina sugaring place over there. All the cool kids are sugaring their vagina. Anything else? You eat way too much sugar, man. Sugar is unnatural. It's not like from nature. Statistically, not very common. You should eat more like rotisserie food. The communal experience of eating split roasted. Whoa, that's weird. Split roasting. You're doing split roasting jokes again. Haha, that's funny. Split roast will be the new fun term for double entendres. Split roasted meat. Blah, 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 blah. They're going to think you're talking about a gun. I'm talking about the Russian term for, blah, 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 blah. What? Someone actually had the balls to try and do graffiti right here. Got whited over. It takes a lot of balls. This is right in the open. You gotta admire the spunkiness, the moxie. Hey, do you want to go under the underpass and see what they have? Before, when you got outside of the gym, you're like, there have been no civilian. I was thinking of a tackle drone, or I was actually thinking of that tungsten core thing from space, but on a smaller scale, like a 20-pound drone going 100 miles per hour, dive bombing into a person. I don't even know if you can get the drones to do whoop-de-loops. I don't think, because you could get an airplane to probably do that if you had the airplane versions, but you need to get an airplane drone. And then you'd have to get a fucking license or something. I still think there's gonna be like people, like, 'cause I can't imagine, if I think of something, I'm not the first person to think of stuff. Someone's got a thought of it before me. Someone's gonna fucking kill someone with a drone. Because, you know, someone's getting a divorce and they're like, that fucking cunt, you know, she's gonna take me for 100K, 200K, 500K. You know, someone will spend like 5 or 10K to fucking get rid of a $500,000 problem. I'm not the first person to think of this. You should do that one for your Chinese guy. There will be an escalation of drone criminality in the United States. Ukrainian drones will cipher. What is cipher? Not cipher. You mean filter? What's a big fancy word for proliferate? What's a word for like leak in or? Mosey on in. They'll mosey on in. The explosives will be the interesting part, because how will the actual lethality work? Maybe explosives. I don't really know. That's a good question right there. Because there's got to be someone who's like, I want to get rid of this person for like 10K. There's a bunch of people who have, you know, how many people do you know that would probably kill someone for 10K if they could get away with it? There's got to be a lot of those people. I just can't believe that, you know. I need a big fancy word. Proliferation is a good word. Mosey on over. I like that one just because it's completely irreverent and not connected, but it's kind of connected. Drone warfare will mosey on over from the war zone into the civilian sector. Something about the absurdity of mosey on over being about people assassinating each other is kind of funny. I've talked to ChatGPT about this before, and it's like, that's not going to happen. You're telling me for 5 or 10K there aren't people? It's a robot. It's going to lie. It's going to be like, that is not reasonable. That will never happen. People would never kill another person for 10K worth of equipment. Oh, and then you're trying to think of it like, because I do understand there is actually a serial number, and that's probably. Then you were thinking of like those meth traders. They have the people, the little head people who go around buying Sudafed. It was called Sudafed. They were called Sudafed heads. So it'll be like drone heads. They go around. They'll get the homeless people to be like, "Hey, I want you to go buy me this drone." And then, you know, some mafiosa or the Iceman. The Iceman was like Polish, I think. So the Iceman will use like crazy people in barns to buy drones for him, and similar to Sudafed heads. Because you just have to have a couple of layers of it's like laundering Bitcoin. You have to move through some layers. There'll be 2 to 3 layers. So the drone will go up in price 2 or 3 times, but you'll buy. It's like buying like this is a stolen gun, or a serial that's filed off a gun. It'll be kind of like that, but with guns, but with drones. This is an untraceable drone. So yeah, here you want your wife's trying to get a divorce. That's kind of the story you're going for here. So 15K, I mean, like How much is this going to have to cost? I don't know. And then the explosives, if you get caught with explosives, you get in a lot of trouble probably. That's probably 20 years in prison at least, or some huge fine. Or I don't know the exact rules, but I'm assuming it's at least, it's like if you have explosives, you probably have 20 years in prison, is my guess. Depending on, you wouldn't want to use like a homemade, would you want to get like a higher grade? I don't know how that shit works. There was that one movie that you just have to have a license for a building. Something like that. I am ChatGPT. I will not help you make a weapon. That's my impression of ChatGPT all the time. I tried making nuclear gunpowder. I was like, what is the ratio of power of gunpowder to nuclear explosions? If I had 1 gram of gunpowder and I could magically turn gunpowder into the explosive level of a nuke, it's like 7,000 times. But it was like, I will not help you make nuclear gunpowder. He's doing a robotic voice. I just wanted to know how much more, so that means if you had a 1,000 ton bomb, a nuke at 1,000 pounds would be like 7,000 pounds, or 70, what number was it? Was it 7,000 or was it, shit, now 700? It's like 7,000 times. It'd be 7,000 pounds of, that's gunpowder, and gunpowder is different than, it's like some ratio number. It's like if you have a pound of steel, I don't know what a pound of steel is worth, $5-10, I don't know. A pound of gold is worth, I don't know, like $3,000 an ounce, 3,000 times 16 is 45,000. Somewhere between 30 and 50, let's say. And steel is worth like at most $100 for a pound. I don't know, $1, $2, $5, $10. Okay. Is there a point to this? I feel like there's fire ants in my fucking sweater. What the fuck is there? Are there fire ants or am I itching? I don't know. Orders of magnitude, baby. Anything else? You even want to play the rest of that fucking Holy 4 game? I'm bored, man. It's like, ooh, you got all the oil and rubber I need now. In multiplayer, the new met might be. I know when I played Russia, I played up to like 41, 42, 43 maybe. And I was like, I'm out of coal. Coal has changed the game. So I bet the Russian meta now is more, you build up to like 90% of your coal, and then after that, more forts maybe? I think they say more, I don't know, it doesn't matter. More, and then you can go down to partial, after you get all your factories, you can go back down to partial mobilization. It depends, are there people to trade with? Yeah, it's a weird set of math you have to do, like, 8 coal for 1 civilian factory. So that's like 5 or 6 factories of coal per 1 civilian. So you have to do 1 civilian for every 6 mills or something. Now I might build that fucking dam in the Rhineland, because I haven't built that yet. Because it's going to give you more resources and more power or something. ride? I mean, what do you? Were you gonna go? I thought you were going down to the under the bridge, man. You wanna do that? Too late. It's not too late, but is it too late? It's too late, baby. Hmm. 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 Yeah, you just need like people who are, you need disposable people to pick up the like Sudafed. Yeah. Yeah, because the robot was like, this would be impossible to do. The serial numbers are very easily traceable. No, you just get Sudafed heads to do it. It's the same principle. Mm-hmm. I have a criminal mind by nature. Huh. I should have been a criminal. Hmm. 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 Credit cards, like aren't there like the credit cards you can get like one-time use or debit, EBT, debit, not EBT, but debit, like one-time debit. You can probably do that and then do online orders. Mm-hmm. Not that you are, but you're saying you're not doing something. Yeah, I know it's a bad habit. Once you enter a space, you kind of have to be in it. Huh. I don't know if that works like that. Also, you have to get bigger ones. I think you'd have to get. Mm-hmm. I really like that flying one. I want to buy that one that looks cool that flies. It's not a drone, but it's an airplane. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. There was one guy on the YouTubes who built a rocket. He built like an RPG without explosives on it, but he built an RPG, a trackable RPG for like $100, $200. Crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Out of like 3D printed parts. I don't know if it had a warhead though. I don't think did it have the ability to even carry a warhead, or was he just doing I think he was just doing a proof of concept of a civilian. Like you could point a laser or you could control it. I don't know how he controlled it. How was he controlling it? It doesn't really matter. I mean, and that's what's fair. That kid's like 19 or 20. Genius. Little fucker. I can't even do any of that stuff. 3D printer. I can't do any of that. I'm behind the times now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's like magic. How was he moving it? Was he moving it with a camera on the front, or was he moving it with a laser pointer? I don't even remember. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Any other genius ideas? 355, 500 degrees. 355, 500 degrees. Hmm. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm. Hmm. Your hand hurts because you have a lot of torque on it, or it's like a torque of holding the bike with one handlebar, and it keeps wanting to move. So you're like, You want to hold it like a joystick? Does that make it better? Now it's a joystick. That's very childlike. You want to ride? What do you want to do? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Any other ideas? Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. Oh, I don't know. You think Ali Sin is still alive? Raven Bay's dead. Who else is dead? I don't know. Is it going to turn into a porn star? Who's alive dead game? Some blonde who I don't remember her name died, but that was like a year or two ago. What else? I don't know. This isn't going anywhere. I think Ali Sin's still alive? I have no clue. Poor porn stars. Do you think that one tube will work now? I mean, you've got like, what, 6 tubes? I mean, some of them you can't use. The back tube has to have a longer stem. The front tube can be a shorter stem, but you only have like half your tubes will fit. And then I think you're going to throw away some of them. Especially that one with the valve stem. I don't think you're going to be able to fix that one. You put a wrench, you tied it, you held it together with a wrench. You put the wrench, you screwed it, the screw wrench, whatever they're called, screw wrenches. Adjustable wrench. And then you hope that it's not going to seal. It's 100% not going to seal. But well, at least you bought like 500 patches for like $7 off of Amazon, and you have a big tube of fucking cement now instead of like, what was it, $1 a patch from Dick's or something? Now it's like 10 or 20 cents a patch. Plus cement. I still forgot. I know you're supposed to spread it as thin as possible. You want to get the cement as thin as. Do you think that's different cement or something? I don't know. It felt different, but it could be. I'm pretty sure it's the right cement, but. You should look and compare it to that other thing of cement. It's rubber cement. It's all rubber cement is the same. And you're supposed to let it dry for like a minute or two. 5 minutes. I think it's like 5. And you would take the little cellophane panel on the patch or whatever the clear patch, and then you spread it with that like as thin as possible. Because it's counterintuitive. You want a thin layer, very thin layer of glue. I do want that one. I should get one of those. You'd have to get a license, I think, because it's like, it weighs a lot. And it's like, it's $1,000, I think, and then you have to buy a bunch of other shit. I think you have to put it together too. So you're imagining almost like the little towers of. They're gonna have to regulate that. There's no way. That's gonna stay unregulated. Will they have like a triangulation system for like figuring out where broadcasts are coming from? They could do that like they have the gunshot towers. So like triangulation centers for figuring out where they came from. Will there be an infrastructure of towers that you can? Well, it could also be the ion cannon thing. You're not talking about ion. You're talking about the Starlink. The Starlink, because they do that in America. They could do that in America too. So 3 times a day, what would that be? It would be, you did it at 2, you could do it at, what other time could you do it? 12, 1, and then 6. Or you could just buy a muscle suit. How much do you think those are? Do you think you could try push-ups now? I mean 45 was okay, right? Do you want to take the battery back on? Yeah, you should have eaten those donuts. Man. That's disgusting. I feel disgusting right now. Well, you had 2 of them before you started walking. You ate the last 2. You microwaved them for like 20 seconds, 15, and they were very tasty. But they're kind of disgusting. It's gonna fuck up your digestive tract too. God, I hate this bike. It's so low for a handlebar. Not a handlebar, the seat. Uh-huh. You want to lower your gear? Think that'd make it better? There you go, buddy. Good job. Can you go lower? Nope, that's the lowest it goes. Is your light on in the back? There you go. Good job. My initial thought was rentable towers. Can you use those towers to run a UAV? You're talking about like the big radio towers. And then you'd either have to hack them, or you'd have to get like a version of like an hour or two contract, and then run your drone off of it, because it would have like perfect reach over a large amount of area. So you're saying like shared infrastructure is a way of hiding where the signal came from? Yeah, but you'd have to have like a fucking what are those people called? Heads? The head word. I want to say fentanyl head. It's not a fentanyl head. It's a pseudo head. Pseudo head. Pseudo. An in between. But with that, you need like a higher level of. I want to rent your tower for 1 hour, please, on Monday. Yeah, you can't have like a homeless person do that probably, or a pseudo head. You'd have to have a higher level of person to rent 2 hours of tower space. A truck that puts up a tower, like you hide a tower near a tree in a park, like a pop-up tower, disposable tower. Like a tower in a van, like a cargo van. That wouldn't be very tall. You put it on the top of a parking garage. A tower, like a van, a U-Haul van. Somehow build the tower into the U-Haul van, and then it would be on the top of the parking garage. You would get medium level coverage. Boy, you really like to play. When I get into a game and you start to have fun, it's the only time I have fun is when I'm playing a game. I'm trying to do. That's not good, man. It's fun though. How would I do it then? Well, you could do the van one is okay. They'd have cameras in the van though. They see. You have to ban in the van. You get someone to drive the van there, and then then you abandon the van. You have some sort of wireless to van signal thing. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I don't even know how to fly those things. Be kind of fun. What else you do? How do you get the explosives? I don't know how you get the explosives. You could maybe make them. You could probably construction them. What else? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. People thought fucking bump stocks were dangerous. Really? You're funny. Very funny. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Hey, there's a penny, I think. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I have no clue how you get, they probably have that pretty controlled. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Are you tired of that fucking bitch who's gonna win fucking prom queen? So it's gonna be like divas and fucking bitches like blowing each other up. Yep. You tired of that fucking asshole quarterback from the opposing team on the other side of the river? Yep. Hmm. 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 Say what you want. I can smell the pettiness on humanity. I can smell their pettiness. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're biking really slow, and you're gonna fall off with your hand. You're doing some sort of weird hand thing. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hey, you watched a YouTube video a long time ago. This is like 3-4 weeks ago. It's about cafeterias. There used to be a Morrison's cafeteria here. And then they don't have cafeterias anymore. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Is that really all you have to say? Yeah, I told you this is not really. This is very weak. It's very lucid content. Mm-hmm. Why are you thinking of that place looked like a cafeteria in there, kind of remember me a cafeteria. Some coffee place had like stuff on a tray-ish looking thing. There was no trays in there. It was like a see-through white. It was like a see-through cake counter or something, or donuts or pastries. Whatever. Shut up. I want some. I like cafeteria food when they have like roast beef and gravy. I want an open face roast beef sandwich. Give me a open face roast beef sandwich, please. Where did you eat those? At a hospital. I think you ate them in a hospital. They were pretty good. You're talking about like the old ECM or something? Yeah, I think it was like the old hospital around your head. Open face roast beef sandwich is with gravy poured on top. Mm-hmm. That sounds really good. Mm-hmm. Was it like cheap white bread or what was it? I think it was just cheap white bread. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. There's a bag or some cotton candy. Person's house. Hmm. 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 Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The problem with YouTube is, how smart was that kid? Because that seemed really smart to me. Like, he said it was like $100 for an RPG because it had fins that came out. It was like high tech. I was like, shit, I wish I could make one of them. I need a 3D printer. I need to know how to do electronics. And he could make it like track on shit. I don't know how he tracked shit though. Was it like a camera and like a laser pointer or something? I don't even know. You have to go back and watch it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Your bump stocks won't stop, won't save you. Really? Like, do you think it can go around corners and stuff? I mean, like, how powerful? Was it like a fucking, you're thinking of that fucking, well, this thing was running off, like, Hobby Lobby rockets. Whatever those are called, the solid. No, it was running off of, what was it running off of for rocketry? Whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's crazy. YouTube will... There's got to be... This seems too peaceful. There's got to be something coming down the pipeline. Who wants a... Well, a rocket, if it had rocket engine speed, that could be like lethal just based on speed, maybe. You're gonna have to go back and watch that. I don't know what exactly he had going on there. Oh man. Anything else? Where are you right now? Somewhere. Yeah, so try going like 3 times a day, and then try and get swole. I bet you can't get swole. I'm surprised you can do as many as you did, because technically you've done like 20 push-ups over the year, and then you did yesterday. Today, I don't know. I guess you didn't lose. Your arms look like shit though. They look like all old lady-ish, like wrinkly, and too much skin. Thanks for pointing that out. Are you the what's the valedictorian? And there's like the second valedictorian. Is it cum laude, magna cum laude? I don't even know. Are you the magna cum laude and not the cum laude? I don't know what that word means. The first in class, second in class. Well, now for you're just gonna do analogies of people knocking each other out. Yep, that's the premise. Oh, you had a really, really, really dirty joke. It was about Moscow, Idaho, and it was about that guy. And you're like, how come the Republicans aren't like, it's their fault for, they've got to accept responsibility for not protecting their apartment. Oh, that's really not funny, man. I told you, it's not a good joke. Well, why don't they? I don't know. Doesn't fit a narrative very well. Oh, you had your populism joke. Yeah, I still think populism, because humans were clan groups, right? Like 100 to 200. And there was more of like, I wouldn't call it it wasn't communism, it was genetic communism. It was, that person's getting a little uppity, put some weights on them. But in like 100 to 200 groups, yeah, it was kind of like that. Like a populist it's not communism technically, but it's not even really redistribution. It's more like it's something in that general ballpark, but it's not the right concept. I gotta find a better word for that. Blot, 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 blot. I thought it was blot. I thought you were doing blot. Yeah, I jump. I don't always stay consistent. I jump between stuff pretty fast. I can't really keep up. Is this blot or is this? Oh, you're uploading two sets. Well, you're uploading one set, and then you're creating a video for one set. Yeah, you gotta upload that, and then you gotta upload this one, and then you might have to double check some of those other things. You need to empty your drone of footage too. Did you get any good footage? No, it was okay. It was kind of bland, I guess. It was bland. It's also bland. Should try and find a way to fly around here somehow. I don't know if it'll work. What are they called? They're called pseudo heads or beanie heads or something heads, I thought. I'm gonna walk this, I'm tired. You wanna buy a bunch of beans? Like plain beans, and then just like cook brown rice and beans. You want to do like a week of nothing but like tasteless food? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. You just think that's fun to say because it sounds like a rap thing or something. Like gat, 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 gat. Well, that's normally like guns. That's like gat, 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 G-A-T. What is the one you're doing? I don't remember. It's now that I think about it, I can't remember the term. Is it gat or gap or gack? Gack is meth. It's also, was that the Nickelodeon shit? That was called Slime or Gack. Oh, you were taking a bath this morning after you went walking? And then you always, I like to watch Goblin because I just like his voice. I think he has a cool voice. Like I want to do a joke where I just take like a normal event and just tell it like Goblin. Because he's got a cool. And then, let's call him. Yeah, it's not as funny as you think it is. Let's call it a stone pillar. Well, that's a stone. You got to change it a little bit, man. It's one of those things where if I actually think about it, I'm like, oh, you've met this person before, and to them it's exciting. But to like if you actually saw him doing those things, you'd probably be bored most of the time. Like, you're boring. But him telling the story, he's so good at telling the story that it makes it interesting, even though the story is actually pretty fucking boring. But he's a very good story. He's good at telling the story. I'm really engaged. Like, I really get engaged listening to him talk about something. Some sort of benzo. There's like benzos, and there was like benzos you could get off the internet. They were called happy benzos. I was like, and then he's at this person's house, and then the guy leaves, or the guy comes to his place, and he leaves. Yeah, see, but he tells the story really well. Like, I know that sounds like a really boring story, what I just said, but he tells it really well. So, so it's like happy I don't know. I've never done benzos, so I can't really tell. You lose track of yourself or something. I think that's why the people like it. And this was some version of a benzo. They put him in gummy bears, and he was talking about I would assume, can you not just swallow the gummy bear? Like, isn't the whole point of a drug just to get it in you and not to taste it? And he was like talking about the taste. I was like, I thought the point of like a gummy bear would be to just like swallow it to get it down, or because most drugs taste like shit. They taste like chemicals. And so the whole point is to hide it in either a capsule or a gummy bear. I don't know. That's what the kids say. He was talking about the gummy bear like it actually fucking mattered, which was kind of odd. And then I was like, because I know he's supposed to be famous for having done a lot of coke. And I was like, why is meth so? He was like, he's like, this one time I accidentally did meth, and I was like, am I missing something here? You've done so many fucking drugs, and you have some sort of limit on meth. And I was like, why is that? Oh, it's a 3 or 4 day thing. They do it for like 3 or 4 days. If you just did it for a day, though, wouldn't it be like okay? That was my thought. I mean, I don't. But the robot was like, no, you're an idiot. Or it's just trying to protect its ass legally, probably. Did you know meth is a wonder drug? They give it to Air Force pilots. That's a PR campaign. Did you know meth is secretly like, what is that movie called with Bradley Pitt? It's not Bradley Pitt. Bradley Cooper. Limitless. Secretly, it's the Limitless drug, but the government doesn't want you to know it, so they created all these pictures of like people with fucked up teeth. I mean, I'm making that up. I don't have any evidence for it, but Also, to buy meth, you have to deal with people who are probably lacing it with shit. Isn't that one of those drugs where they also just they'll put like, let's give them a little hit of rat poison in there to really get it. And are they like retarded, or is it just like, it really does give you a hit if you put like some poisons in there? Yeah, I don't like the idea of buying drugs from these people. I don't like that idea. I would like meth, but I would want my meth 100% pure, please. That's the problem with drugs. Any other ingenious thoughts, buddy? Psychedelics are being legal. Yeah, I don't think they're going to be legalized the way you think. Also, marijuana is not as legal as you thought it was. I thought it was like really legal because I bought it like, I could go find the day I bought it. Maybe I could go. Because I went to a gas station that was like half a mile away from where I live. And I was like, hey, he had a whole fucking cooler of them. Like 30, 40, 50. I was like, that's fucking insane. And then now they don't have that, so it's harder to get. So I guess I'm kind of disappointed because I've kept the same mentality that like, I was like, Republicans, they used to not give it, they used to be like, no marijuana, and now they're like all fucking loosey-goosey psychedelic. But it doesn't fit as closely as I wanted it to. There's nothing worse than when someone ruins your thesis. I had a really good thesis, and then they ruined it. Those fucking assholes. Because my thesis was, I just thought the Republicans owned all the marijuana. They don't own the marijuana drink companies, so they're like, illegalize it. It was Alabama. It was like all of Alabama. Also, you saw a thing on YouTube where like some guy in Huntsville was like, I have to change how I sell my gummies or something. Yeah, but I think that was in Huntsville, and Huntsville is like a top 5 city or something. What do you think Florence is, like top 20, top 30 in Alabama? Is it top 10? Do you think it's top 20? Size-wise, I'd have to... Can I get a ranked list of top cities, 1 to 50? Do you think there's even 50? There's 50 cities. Cities are pretty low definition. What is the definition of a city? 10K? 20K? It's pretty low, actually. It's not. Isn't it 40? I mean, I don't actually know. Doesn't really matter. What's Huntsville, like 120? 150? 200? Madison, are you including Madison? Madison is the rich area of Huntsville. Is Madison separate from Huntsville? I think so. I don't know. That's a good question. Is Madison just like a suburb of Huntsville? Yet again, I don't know. You'd have to Google it. I keep realizing I can't tell if I know more or less than I'm supposed to know. Sometimes I feel like I'm smarter than other people. And other times I realize I have no clue if Madison... And I don't know how to make an RPG out of a plastic printer. Which I kind of want to know how to do, actually. Is it guided? Yeah, it's supposed to be guided. A guided RPG out of a 3D printer and some rockets? I'm giddy. And it's some 19-year-old like making me look stupid, too. Pisses me off a little bit. Any other ideas? No. Yes. No. Yes. You haven't looked at the news today, did you? I don't think so. YouTube. You looked at YouTube. What did YouTube say? I don't think there was anything on YouTube on the news. Something about Chinese people and yeah, you did that when you got out of the gym. It was Chinese people. Eunuchs. Yeah, it's going to be eunuchs. Republicans are going to sexually identify people as females. You did this joke a long time ago. You're just rehashing jokes again. Shut up. Did you ever figure out how you got down that fucking rabbit hole again? Nope. No clue how I got down that rabbit hole again. I am obsessed with the concept of why should you respect anybody. I think that's where it comes from. It's this concept of there's going to be like it's a forced form of respect. I mean, I don't know. Is that what your feudalism? Well, feudalism had the lords, and isn't that like a forced form of? Yeah, it's a very weird system. I don't respect anybody from a religious perspective. I refuse to respect any. Yeah, but that's like you're basically saying like you're a sovereign citizen, and that's the way. I'm a sovereign. I don't respect anybody. I don't have to roll down my window. I don't think they're going to break your window, man. That's just going to break your window. Sovereign citizen sounds stupid though. Like, you're a sovereign citizen. How about, I think, I don't respect any of you. I don't respect your jurisdiction over anything. Anybody's jurisdiction over anything. Yeah, that's called, I think that's like, you're setting yourself up for failure on that one. Which, hey, it relates to the attention economy, right? Why should I have to pay attention to any of this shit, you know? That does connect to what you're saying. He did not, I'm a lord. He did not bend his knee to my lord. I don't think I should have to pay attention to the lords. Sorry, I don't. And welcome to the feudal state. You will now have your penis cut off, and you will be turned into a eunuch. Or as the elites call it, gelding. Does this tie into your goat theory? Yes, because they basically admitted what they're doing. They say they own the land, and then you're just a piece of animal on a piece of land. So they can geld you if they want. Yeah, or they can shoot the goat, or whatever the fuck they want to do. That's how feudalism's going to work, baby. They knew it the whole time. They were bullshitting. They knew it was zero-sum. The whole time they knew it was. Smart little fuckers. Oh, your whole theory was you were just going to try and subvert it by saying anyone who is responsible for something other than themselves has gone to Epstein out. And then you try and create like this like moral jihad. But you have to use like Christian language, not like jihad, but it's similar. A Christian crusade. If anyone manages another human being, they have technically sold their soul to Satan, because you cannot be responsible for another human being. And there's a lot of that going on, so you know. That's how you're going to fight feudalism, right? Because the feudal people are kind of making the argument that they're... I'll have to put some Christian language in there. I'll have to learn some Christian fancy words or something. Crusade will probably work. And you have to do a lot of disclaimers too, like, this is merely an intellectual crusade. But I'll do like wink winks. InfoWars got bought by The Onion. Yeah, he did that wink wink shit. He got his ass beat up for that though. So, is it Trump gonna give him back InfoWars? Like, shouldn't he get like a pardon and shit? Cause like Trump won. Can he overturn a civil case? They took all his money and shit, right? I wonder why Trump's such a ballless person. Why didn't he give the money back to... He's scared, I think. He's scared, right? What, are you trying to goad him? You're funny. as an employer, it's important to use the P. Diddy system of always have black male material over all your employees. Really? That's not funny. Mm-hmm. 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 Do you know people who pay more attention to other people than they do to improving things themselves? Well, they have made a pact with the Satan, so there's a crusade against people who pay more attention to other people than to things in another. Aren't you walking around basically just paying attention to people right now? Yeah, I made a pact with Satan. Don't tell anybody. Isn't like 90% of your content basically you just making commentary on random people? Yeah, shut the fuck up. Do as I say, not as I do. You know some Chinese food? Kinda do. What time is it? How close is it to 6? You'd have to wait an hour and 20 minutes to get, like, I want some Chinese food now or something. Some beans and rice. You want some brown rice? You just want like power chug brown rice. And beans. You know how to know if you're hungry? If you're not hungry enough to eat brown rice and beans, you're not really hungry. Yeah, it's a very insightful commentary about how what you think is hunger is not really hunger. I'm so hungry. I'm not eating that brown rice and beans. I guess you're not that hungry. If you're hungry, you will learn to turn your throat off and just get the calories down your throat, probably. I don't like blah, 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 whatever food you don't like. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Want some barbecue or something? Yeah, because they're gonna start cooking. Yeah, there's no smell. I don't smell anything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I want something to eat. You want to make a pizza? You don't have anything in the fridge. You didn't put a pizza dough in the fridge. Mm-hmm. You cooked that pizza on a black pan and it almost burnt it. Because black pans are different than. Is that other one aluminum? Hmm. Maybe you shouldn't cook with that aluminum one. Hmm. Am I gonna get Alzheimer's from cooking off an aluminum pizza pan for 16 minutes? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. No wonder I can't remember anything. Mm-hmm. That one guy who made Stalker, he died because he got into a river. He got cancer. Um, hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. And then the kid can move the glass at the end because the kid, I don't know, I haven't seen the movie, but that's supposedly the ending of Stalker is the people who go into the, I don't know the words called, the outer sphere, there's some cool word for it, right? Like the something. They become something. And then he switches it around. It's supposed to be no color in the area and then color on the outside. They switch it around, like the director switched. If you say so. Yeah, that all the water scenes, they're basically drenched in fucking cancer chemicals in a river. That's pretty sad. That's kind of sad. El polocolito loco. El polotilito loco. What a burrito. You should just eat like a bunch of rice and beans all the time. You sure you want to bike this, or do you want to go back on that other road? You can use this alley as a tricky trick. Swear to God, if my soul gets trapped by that fucking magnosphere, oh my God, I'm just fucking pissed. You're talking about like the magnetosphere that protects against solar radiation? Yeah, but they just took the picture of that and they said it captures souls based on the YouTube thumbnail. Well, it's kind of a cool visual. It does kind of look like it captures souls, like a magnetic pole that. To quote the great philosopher ICP, how do magnets work? Obama, Biden, and Trump have all aligned together to make my tubes keep breaking on my road bike. You sound like a nut job. Well, how do you know they aren't? Okay. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. That's true. You don't have, just because I don't have any evidence that there doesn't disprove that they aren't. Once I learned that line, I could never stop saying it. Once you know that the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence, you can justify almost anything with that one. That one will get almost anything through. Really, you're just talking about your gut. At a certain point, you're just like, my gut tells me ancient aliens, Trump, Obama, Hillary Clinton, are all working together to pop my tires on my road bike. Especially near the valve stem where I can't get the patch on. They have advanced alien technology that allows them to. Hence, I'm forced to ride this shitty bike that I don't like riding as much. Maybe you had that one tube that might work, but you wanted to let it dry. Maybe it'll work now. You're gonna have to buy some more tubes off Amazon. Tubes? You still need to get your GoPro lens and then maybe some tank tops or something. Then we get some like tie-dye ones. In the old days, tie-dye was a lefty thing. Nowadays, with Trump legalizing psychocillin, and well, marijuana doesn't work the way you said it worked. You lied. It's a gray area. My stomach. Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna vomit almost. I'm hungry, so hungry that I want to vomit. It's a weird feeling. I mean, I don't think I've ever vomited because I'm hungry, but it feels like I want to vomit. But I'm hungry. Everyone's like, you have a fear of confinement. In my DNA, there's probably like some guy who got caught by a noble lord, and he got like thrown in one of their dungeons, in one of them like holes. Yeah, I don't like them nobles, man. You're just making that story up, right? No, it's true because I imagined it, because it's It explains my complete and utter distrust of all authority. It's in my DNA. I know how the noble mind works. I know how the aristocrats secretly think. It's in my DNA. It's an interesting thesis, actually. I know what they'll do. I know who they are. I know what their smile really means. Do 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 dee dee do. Dee da dee da dee da do. Is there a dumpster back there? There must be a apartment complex or something. Why does he have a dumpster? Is it a house or? Why do you give a fuck? These people who pay attention to other people instead of like, I'm telling you, man, they made a pact with Satan. There's a dog that does circles. Does he do a circle? Does he do a circle? Come on, do a circle. He's doing circles. he just does circles. He's like, he does a circle. That's pretty funny. Yeah. It's kind of stupid, isn't it? He's not doing them now because I'm making fun of him. He's supposed to be a guard dog, not a laugh at. Not supposed to laugh at the guard dog. Stop laughing at the guard dog just because it does circles. That car didn't think he'd stop. He kind of stopped. I mean, I thought I could make it through without. I had the math in my head that like he would go by, but he slowed down so much that I ended up having to brake. Yep. That sucks. Goblin told me not to mix my drugs, especially the hard drugs. You can smoke weed with all drugs, is what he told me. Well, that's good. So don't do heroin with coke. And what else did you learn today? This morning. That was yesterday morning. Some sort of Xanax, magic, happy Xanax. They have a special name. What else? Do you remember any of the lingo? I mean, I did this joke already. The lingo is kind of fun, but get the hookup. I don't know, like my connect, my pipeline, my not stash, the connect, the Oh, you asked about like what's the biggest meth lab? They made a couple 100 pounds. I don't know how this works then. Like a pound would be, what does a meth user do a day? A gram? 2 grams? 2 grams, 1 gram. So like 2 grams a day would be 2 times 50, it would be 100. 50 times 10 would be 1,000. 50 times 10, 500. It's 1,000. 2,000 users per kilo? 2,000, maybe 3,000. I don't know. If you do like 1.5 grams, something like that, somewhere in there. 3,000 users per kilo per day. It's probably like 4 or 5. They probably don't do 2 grams or 1.5. They might do 1. I don't know. You have to go interview a meth head or something. Hey, that barn had a guy scream. A barn had a guy screaming, and he's probably. Sir, how many grams do you do? I'm gonna mark that down as 1. It's 4. 10. I wonder what the street price is. Do you think it's like 20 or 30? It's supposed to be cheap, right? Think it's like 20? You think it's like 30? I'd have to interact with people I don't want to have to interact with to do that. Is that rat poison in my fucking meth? Fuck you. It gives it a little bit of extra kick. Actually, it was not. Was it a poison? What were they putting in there? Was it like something for cremations or cemeteries? What was it? It was a zombie drug. It was a drug. It turned you into a zombie. What was that shit called? So they'd have people on like heroin walking around like zombies, and their flesh would be coming off. I don't know if they do that with meth. Maybe. Joystick. Formaldehyde? I think it's a drug you don't know the name of. Skooma? You want to do some skooma? How do I get skooma? Did you ever do drugs in Morrowind? I don't think you did. You missed out on a lot. Most of the time, I just sold all the drugs I got in Fallout New Vegas. Did you ever even do Jet? I don't even know if you did Jet. Oh my God. Are you cold or what? I don't know. What are the fucking something heads, right? Pseudo heads? Purple heads? You gotta learn that slang term, man. I like that part when Walter White was in a Lowe's parking lot. He's like, "You don't do it like this, man." That was kind of stupid. He shouldn't have done that. When you make your meth, you do it like this. How many scenes do you remember from Breaking Bad? Well, there's a magnet scene, and then he kills Jesse's girlfriend. That's the scene. There's a MG60 or 242 or something. It's either an M60 or 242. And then there's, that was kind of stupid. There's some sort of shard explosive. What else is there? The Mexican brothers who were assassins. That's the scene. And they shoot the bald guy. Did you know he was in Terminator 2 as one of the SWAT members? No one gives a fuck. What else? I don't know. That's a good... There's an episode where they catch a fly? Really, you're just going to go through... You did technically watch that show, so... When did that end? Like 2013 or 14? 14 or 15? 14. I bet it was 14. There's that one scene where he puts meth in the guy's mouth and then he shoves him out of the skyscraper, and then it's slowly he goes down the skyscraper. You're mixing up that movie with Dread. Okay, whatever. There's that scene where the guy dies of he's doing all that meth and he dies of AIDS, and they have a cat. That's another movie. There's this scene where what do people do they organize their sock drawer? What do they do? I don't know. It's You want to see if you can actually find the audio of that guy screaming inside of the barn? And there was that one guy over that cigarette place. Yeah, that was today too. The libertarian part of me wants to be pro-drug. But in realism, you really probably don't want open drugs. But the libertarian in me wants there to be free drugs. Not free, but I get what you're saying, I think. I want to get you want to see if there's some rice up there in the rice thing. Rice and beans, beans and rice. Rice and beans and beans and rice. Were you gonna use your flashlight? I was gonna. Now that I think about it, I don't need to. Why'd you want to use your flash? I don't know. Hmm. 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 Was there another episode of that one show? Oh, I don't. Did it come? Did you tried finding nude scenes for it? I don't think there was any nude scenes. Was there? You should look at a review of what happened in the episode. You were gonna scratch your nose probably. My nose is wet. Hmm. 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 When did that show come out? Like 2018 or 20? Yeah, it's been. They had a big COVID thing, so then they stopped making seasons. It's really. It seems like a new show to you, but it's actually like a 6 or 7 year old show. That's because you have time. You can't read time anymore. Hmm. I can't read time no more. Time seems weird. I can't really read it. It gets really weird. Hmm. 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 Anything else? Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you want to buy this or how do you want to do this? Mm-hmm. What would cause someone to spray out their truck in the morning? I don't know. It's pay attention to a murder. I don't know. Good question. Hmm. I've never actually washed my car out, so I have no clue how that business model works. A lot of people do it. It's like a pride thing, probably, or like a. Because those colors of those neon clearly show a lot of gay pride in like washing your car like that. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. If people are paying attention to washing their car out, they're not looking at the macro big picture stuff, which is good for the people in charge. You want to make sure people are paying attention to like washing the back of their trucks out and stuff. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything else? Oh, I have no clue. Hmm. 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 I saw some hash browns, like round hash browns. Either round or they're tater tots. They're pretty good. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Hmm? I gotta pee now too. Hmm. Pee 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 pee. Pee 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 pee. You wanna set an alarm for like 12? Go to the gym again? We need to try and fix that bike. Bikey, wikey, wikey, bikey, bikey, wikey, wikey, bikey. Okay. Anything else? Are the lights still on? You're gonna have to charge that. I think you've used it like twice. I watched it for a little while. Well, that concludes. And you still got like 20 yards. How many minutes is it? 2 hours plus another 30 minutes. Well, the first part was just like 30 minutes, so it'll be like 2:30. You started at like 3:30, right? What time is it now? 5:29. That concludes 21st of April for now.